Uh-huh. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to PCG Live. It's your boys, your favorite boys you like to spend every Thursday evening with. It's me, Van the Man. You got Kyle. And the only person we're missing is Andre, but we have an awesome substitution. We have our boy, Mr. Sir Dolan. What's going on, Dolly?
Not much.
What's all the faces going on over there, Kyle?
What do you mean? What? Oh no, I'm just taking pictures of my Pokemon.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness. I wonder why you're doing that.
I don't know.
It's almost like you're snapping photos or
I
something.
am snapping photos. Thank you very much.
Snapping photos. I must be the only one that, like, when I seen that, I was like, ugh. It was the Ryan Reynolds gif in reality. Just
Really?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that later in the show.
I wish I had ample time to have found my Pokemon Snap cards from Blockbuster because I know I still have them somewhere. I actually might even off camera look for them because they might be right here.
He's like, I have to find it. I have to find it.
Pardon me.
So it has been a wonderful, crazy week for gaming. There's so much stuff that even I haven't been able to catch up with it all. So a lot of stuff that we're going to be talking about is a lot of hearsay that I heard about, and I can kind of comment on that. So we'll see where we're at with that, but we are here to fill you in. So if I sound like an idiot when I'm like kind of tripping over myself talking about it, you know why. It's like Van don't know what he's talking about, which is usually 95% of the time. So is there anything you guys want to talk about before we get into the news? How have you been, Dolan, in this pandemic that we have been experiencing?
Like I said, alive according to polls. That's where I'll leave it. That's where I'll leave it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's nuts because, like, for us gamers, like, we love it at the same time as we're just kind of like with us working our like real life jobs, or if we're able to work in this, that's been what's been kind of driving us crazy. But as far as like me, like being home, I'm absolutely loving it. Like absolutely loving it because I've been able to play the games that I haven't been able to play in such a long time. And then it happened, like God was kind of like, here, Van, Final Fantasy VII's out. Here you go.
Yep.
So like it's almost like a blessing and a curse at the same time. So, but like, I will never say that it's a good thing in the sense of like all the people that have been sick and stuff like that.
Right.
That's obviously an awful thing, but definitely prayers going out to them. But let's not get serious. Let's get right into the gaming because we have so much to catch up on, and it kind of was a little late because I had so much images to put up. So,
yep.
So first bit of the news is Cyberpunk.
Yes.
This
dropped today.
Yeah, dropped literally. Like we never get hot news before the show. Like PS5 is like the greatest thing that we've ever had. That was like the best thing that we had the day of the show. But in case you didn't know, catching up on the news, I'm just pulling up the tweets so that way I can read exactly. A lot of broken hearts today, but let me see if I can pull this up.
It's not that bad.
I'd rather have them. It was like Doom or anything else. I'd rather have them push it out and it be in good state,
Yeah. So this is from the Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter. We have decided to move the launch of Cyberpunk 2077 from September 17th to November 19th. They just kicked it right off, right from the beginning of the tweet. They didn't even play. Like, we're not going to talk about all these things that are going on. We're just gonna throw it right out there. Those of you who are familiar with the way we make games know that we won't ship something which is not ready. Ready when it's done. It's not just a phrase we say because it sounds right. It's something we live by, and even when we know we'll take the heat for it. At the same time, we are fully aware that making such a decision costs us your trust, and trading trust for additional time is one of the hardest decisions a game developer can make. And despite we think it's the right decision for the game, we'd still like to apologize for making you wait longer. Our intentions is to make Cyberpunk 2077 something that will stay with you for years to come. In the end, we hope you understand why we did what we did. At At the time we are writing these words, Cyberpunk 2077 is finished both content and gameplays wise. The quests, the cutscenes, the skills, and items all Adventures Night City has to offer. It's all there. But with such a eruption of content and complex systems interweaving with each other, we need to properly go through everything, balance game mechanics, and fix a lot of bugs. A huge world means a huge number of things to iron out, and we'll spend the additional time doing exactly that. This week, journalists from all over the world are starting to independently play the game. We are eager and quite stressed to hear their opinions, as well as see reactions with the publish they when they publish their previews right after we air Night City Wire on the 25th of June. We hope this will satisfy some of the hunger for the game as we work to publish it for the November launch. Thank you. So,
I didn't read all of that, so I'm glad you did. I didn't have to say all those words in my head because I didn't read all that earlier.
it's so funny because like as I'm reading it, I'm like, oh my god, I want to stop reading. But like I felt like,
Is it just me, or like now that we've seen, because Doom did that and there was a handful of other games, it's literally like there's a formula for like what that kind of photo looks like when it's like this game's about to be delayed. Like you see the photo and you're like, there's like just the graphic, how it's like laid out, and I'm just like, I don't even need to see. I'm like, there's a delay.
yes,
I know there's a delay just by the photo. I haven't even read the words yet, and I'm like, there's a delay.
what's really funny about this, right, is there's a delay, and in the past you'd be upset with it, but now they're getting so used to like announcing these delays, they're getting better at it.
Yeah.
And they're getting better at explaining it, so like right from the get, they're just like, we know we're already going to upset a lot of gamers, we get that, and we're sorry, but we want this game to be good, and they know that's what they like, the gamers want to hear, like they want the game to be good, and we want the game to be good. We don't want to buy a $60 game and it be trash.
And if they do, they won't do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, would you rather them be upset that it's pushed or upset that you gave them a broken game right from the start? I would rather wait.
Yep, I agree. So, with saying all that, I'm happy that they made that decision. I think gamers are going to be happy when they see that decision as well. All in all, it looks like the logistics, the average post is not negative. It's just like, we rather it be
Disappointed.
correct. Yeah, like
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
yeah, like because that's what they're looking for. But what kind of stinks about this is it's so close to the release of the next gen consoles, and I think kind of that's where people are probably really going to sit weird in their stomach.
No. CD Projekt Red planned this. I think they planned, like, I know they wanted to release it on September 17th, but then pushing it back to November 19th now preps them for next gen. So it makes sense for them to push it back and figure out the bugs in the, because literally they said in the statement, the game's finished, the cutscenes are done, everything's done. We just need to go through and polish it.
And I completely agree with that, because that is a 10 that gets to be missed often, is that the game's all done and they're just like, the testing part, don't worry about it, just push it out. Out.
Yeah, that's a yikes.
Yeah, and I'm glad they're saying like, hey, people are already playing this, and we're finding a lot of bugs. In the game that size, you're gonna find it. Like, I don't know if you guys remember Deus Ex. Like, when that game got pushed out, it wasn't game-breaking bugs, but there were some funny bugs in there. And that was that was as lunar as open world you're gonna get. Like, you're not gonna get any lunar than that. And that's weird to say that. Like, it's open world, but it's not. It was like, you have this huge city that is there, but you can't go in it all. Like, you're only limited to all this. It was more visual. Cyberpunk's not supposed to be like that. Cyberpunk's like, hey, you see it, you go there, that's it.
It's like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say,
As
literally.
That was the first time I ever heard anyone describe it. Like, you were like, it's like, if you see it, you can go there. Like, that's literally it. Just like, you can go there. If you can see it, you can reach it.
Yep, exactly. So with saying that, when I first read it, I wasn't even upset. Like,
honestly.
As soon as I seen the post, I was just like, okay, because honestly, think about it, right? Final Fantasy got pushed back. Last of Us got pushed back. Every game that was a big release got pushed back a little bit. Actually, did Final Fantasy Final Fantasy got released on time, but
no, that got pushed back.
That got pushed back last year.
Not
right?
not as heavy, yeah.
Yeah, that got pushed back like a month.
Yeah, literally.
Didn't even like Animal Crossing, I think, got pushed back. I know Doom got pushed, for
Animal
like,
Crossing got pushed back. It was supposed to come out last year.
and then they, that and Doom both came out, March. So yeah, a lot got pushed.
Yeah, so every big title got pushed back. So it's not like,
Yep.
oh man, you're pushing back. Of course, like we're so used to it by now, we're kind of
Yeah.
expecting it. But when you're pushing back because you're like, hey, listen, and they went above and beyond. Like no one said this before, but the game's done. No one's ever
Yeah.
went and said that. It's now it's crunch time. And you know what?
Yeah.
Honestly, too, I gotta put this in here. Last year was the year that everybody was talking about how everyone's working all this overtime. That's when you heard about what the word crunch meant
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
game industry. And a lot of studios got such bad backlash because of that. And I think a lot of studios are now delaying games because they're like, hey, we got to take the pressure off these guys now because we're expecting them to do too much in that crunch time. So giving that extra 2 months, that's a good amount of time. Not saying they're not working a very hard 8 hours.
Yeah.
But now instead of working, 32-hour days, they're back down to still with that 8 hours.
Well, I think with the whole thing that happened at Telltale changed a lot of things.
Yeah.
The second that story came out, people were, losing their shit.
Yep.
Didn't
Yep.
appreciate what they were doing there.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
I think it changed quite a few things in the industry as far as overworking your employees.
I agree, man. I agree. You gotta treat everybody right, man. You gotta treat the employees, especially nowadays. You gotta treat them with some respect.
Yes.
That is key. No one will work for you if you don't have any respect.
True.
Will this work? No, that won't work. All right, on to the next subject, and I'll let you take this over, Kyle. PAX Online.
PAX Online. All right, so yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, PAX came out and basically said here's their statement pretty much on the website. In our previous post, we explained that while we still had hoped to bring you PAX West this year, protecting the safety and health of our community is our highest priority. The more we worked on a solution, the more it became clear that if we really wanted to welcome everybody home, we'd have to remove the physical barriers entirely and simply take PAX Online. Going digital means a lot more than just a change in venue, though. And by transcending the physical, in fact, we're able to do more PAX than ever before. PAX Online is the result of the convention organizing supergroup made up of the people responsible for West Australia and our new friends at EGX to create our new PAX Online and deliver a steady 24/7 stream of content, events, discussions, and gameplay. Oh, did we say 24/7? We actually meant 24/9 because we're going to be running this virtual shindig for 9 straight days from September 12th through the 20th. We're sure you have questions, and you should. We waited this long to announce so that we could offer these preemptive answers to how exactly we're going to pull this off. And then it just goes into a whole bunch of questions that they pretty much an FAQ. Honestly, we saw this coming.
Yeah.
Everything that's going on right now, doing a physical PAX is definitely out of the question.
When they said, they said that they were going to still try to make it work, I'm like, no.
Oh yeah, that wasn't.
Like I said, when we got out of East by the skin of our teeth with that happening, I'm like, yeah, there's no way that anything else is happening this year.
Yeah, and it's funny too because like when the corona and when COVID started, I was like, there's no way they're canceling PAX for this. I was like, it's not that big.
Well, even when I was like, is Sony really pulling out? Like, because they did it a week's notice of the con, and then I was kind of like, really? But then now I respect that they did that, but at the time, we didn't know the scale of it at all,
Yeah,
So
and I'm glad you brought that up because let's look back. Let's look back at all the decisions of PAX East. So many people were upset. No one understood, and the only one I was trying to be reasonable. I wasn't saying oh man, I'm excited for us or making up excuses. I was just trying to be reasonable. But maybe they're really concerned about this.
Yeah.
And especially there were people at that point in time they were pulling out of not just PAX, they were pulling out of other conventions that were much farther down the line. So that was making me scratch my head. But I was like, we're good. They're never gonna cancel PAX. If we had PAX on time, just 1 week later, PAX would have got canceled.
Yeah.
I have where we came in our state
Absolutely.
now. I have no doubt PAX would have got canceled.
Yep. Because
So
we had that happen. The stuff happening like at a hotel, like within Boston. You know, like the day we were leaving to go home, like there was, you know, they were evacuating people from like a hotel and all that stuff. So like it was like right on our heels of it happening. You know, so
Yep.
Exactly. So, we were bitching about how early PAX was, and I'm so thankful.
yeah,
So
because
thankful.
we would have not had it at all for
Yeah,
sure.
Right.
yeah. So thankful. So, um, I'm gonna speak on my opinion on this. I love it. I like the idea, um, especially without having E3. It just this week felt so weird without having E3, but it was great having the PlayStation thing that we had
Yeah.
last week. So that was kind of a filler for that. And this week has just been tons of news here and there, but it just felt weird not chasing after like watching just a continuous stream of what's going on.
Yeah.
Right.
So having this is going to be interesting, especially in PAX format, because PAX I think is a much more in-person experience than what E3 was. Like E3 grew to be like, hey, everything's about conferences and showing things off. The showroom, there was a camera all over the place. PAX isn't like that. PAX is
Right.
we're here, we're experiencing it hand like face to face. Everything that was streamed on PAX was just mostly just the panels, so it was more personal than anything,
Hmm.
opposed to like it was just like, hey, how did it feel making this game? Do you have any news? Opposed to E3, it was like a showcase. I guess that's the
Hmm.
best way to say it. Like E3 is a showcase, PAX is a personal thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I could not agree with you more on that because we grew up basically with E3 being that, be all end all Super Bowl show
Hmm.
for gaming when it was a thing of, you get invited and it's like, whoa, that was awesome. It's
Yeah.
always been a showcase. Once they kind of let the public in, then they tried to make it like PAX kind of, but it didn't work.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Obviously, it took away the luster that was E3.
I
And
still don't get how that happened. I still don't understand. Like you allowing people to come there. How did I don't think it's I can't say it's because they opened the door. Like I can't say it's
I
that.
can, I
Like
can.
I can say that that's when it happened. You know what I mean? Like that I understand. Like when they started opening the door to the public, that's when it started happening.
Mm.
But why would allowing the public to come in affect E3? I don't get that.
Because it takes away the luster of it, like I just said. It
But
takes
like
away the individuality
The
that it had.
exclusivity of it. Yeah. So then,
Exactly.
yeah. So it's like it's less desirable because everyone can get in. Yeah.
Right. That's why when you saw people like Kind of Funny and What's Good say like, E3 is not the way it used to be. That's why. It's because they let
Mm.
the public in, and now all of a sudden it's just another PAX.
yeah.
And West kind of has that same E3 feel to it. In my opinion, it's kind of like a showcase because it is on West Coast, and there's a lot more like stars there. Just being able to go there last year and experience it, it kind of felt like an E3.
Hmm.
But I mean, it wasn't. It still had that PAX feel where it was for the public and it was a little more personal than you would get at E3. But now E3, like we've said before, doesn't have that thing to differentiate itself from other conventions. So now it's falling off, and combined with all the blunders that they've had, all the stupid decisions that they've made, that's why I'm like, if there's no E3 next year, I wouldn't be shocked.
And
So
on the digital front too, I feel like the convent. I mean, this will, I guess, will especially kind of spark it too, where I feel like a lot of the conventions and that, and we even talked about like, wasn't it this year or last year? Like E3 was really underwhelming or whatnot. Of like how like the conventions could become more of a digital thing too, where it's like, do we really want to put all this money and whatever to a convention where it could just do like a digital show,
yeah,
online?
yeah, yeah. No, it was definitely last year. Like last year was
Yeah.
very, very underwhelming, and it was kind of like, okay, we could get this by going just to PAX. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
they're spending
Exactly.
all this money to make these big booths and stuff like that. So let me challenge what you say, Kyle, because you have something like Gamescom, right? Which
Yep.
Gamescom has never lost its luster, and it's way bigger than PAX and on the level of say E3. Um,
Yep.
why does it work for Gamescom when they pretty much do what PAX and E3 does together?
Because it's on a different continent. It's not in North America. It's in Europe. That's a totally different ball game over there. They don't have many conventions over there. They have. I can only name two. I can literally only name two. I'm sure there's more, but I can only name two. One's EGX, and then the other Gamescom.
And well, I guess technically, although we didn't have it, this was the first day they're going to have TwitchCon EU, wasn't it? They were going to.
They were gonna have TwitchCon EU in Amsterdam.
Yeah, but that got canceled.
That,
Yep.
which, by the way, not to get off subject, but that was more breaking news today. They
Uh-huh.
just canceled TwitchCon San Diego.
Yep.
So that's more breaking news for everybody.
Mm.
But getting back to the subject,
Mhm.
that's why Gamescom is actually getting progressively better, because one, the team at Gamescom kind of knows what they're doing, and they even came out and said they're going to make it all digital this year. Okay, why isn't E3 doing that? I don't know, but IGN stepped up and said, okay, you're not going to do it, we'll take over from there.
So what I'm kind of getting from E3 personally, if I have to put because now I'm sitting here thinking about it as you're talking a little bit. A lot of the problems begin with E3 several years ago. So before it even was us bitching about it, it was the people that were the studios and the developers were bitching about it because they felt like they were paying too much money for what they were getting. Because they could, like you said, get the same experience, but face to face with the people that are buying their product at a PAX or a Gamescom. And E3 was just blowing it out of the water with how much they were charging. And I think a lot of it started with, I don't know if you remember, we brought up Oya a couple of weeks ago, and Oya set up outside because they're just like, always like, we don't want to spend this money going to this convention. So what they do, they were dickheads. They shouldn't have did this, but they set up their booth right outside of E3, and they got kicked out. they had to pack up and leave. But that was the beginning of it, and that's when you started hearing all these people complaining. Where it was just like, I think Sony was the first big studio that came out and said something, but that's when you see Nintendo like, we're not doing our show here anymore. We'll set up a booth, but we're not doing our show. We're gonna do a direct, and that's when it started trickling down where everyone started to get brave. Like, no, screw E3 because the way that they're running their shows is awful. And then last year was just a complete cave in. You had the stuff that happened with Game Over Greggy, where he got banned because somebody used his pass, and it come to find out it really wasn't even his pass, and then the leaks on all the freaking media people like that was the biggest mistake ever
That's a
because
wonder and a half.
because think about this, right? The PCG Live, we are considered media. Like, I can get a media pass for it, right?
Yep.
My media pass now would be under the video game, the PCG's location. But before then, before I moved, it would have been my home. Like, PCG Live would have been the home address. You now have my home address. Now, there are crazy people. This is 2020. Like, there's some crazy ass fucking people in this world. They will do some crazy things to people just because they don't agree with them. And that's nuts. Like, think of Dolan, right? Dolly, you do streaming live. So say you get a media pass, like they'll give you a media pass because they'll be like, hey, play my game live here and whatever.
Yeah.
Say there are people that harass you on your stream, like you got to deal with that. Now people found your address.
You want to give me? Want me to give you like a really crazy example that I only just recently heard of? A streamer named Amaranth who's on Twitch. So for example, she was on is this guy Devin Nash I've been watching a lot. His like binging all his YouTube stuff, which is on like business and whatnot regarding like he works with like big stream teams and he like Dan's Gaming and like he works with a lot of like big streamers and that. So but he was having a conversation with Amaranth and she said that she would do a lot of IRL, but if she showed up to a restaurant or something while she was doing IRL or like some public place, she would literally have like by the time she sat down, ordered her food before like as the food got to her, like someone would be calling the restaurant, like or people would be swarming the phone at the restaurant and calling, and they would ask her to leave because they were getting the restaurant was getting like harassed over the phone because like people from the stream were calling to wherever she was or calling like a bomb threat to like some place she was at or some like really gnarly like stuff like insanity. She's a huge streamer, but still, that's like insane on any level, you know.
Yeah, and think about it. I mean, people are brave enough to do SWATs. Like, come on, you know,
But then
it's
imagine that on a scale of like a con, you
yeah,
know, or something like
Right.
that, you
yep,
know.
yep. So now you can go on and get anyone's information. So,
Yep.
um, PAX definitely has a good chance. PAX has been growing anyways,
Oh
so
yeah.
I don't want to take any respect away from PAX. PAX has been growing. PAX is the consumer, in your face convention, but at the same time, like what happens at E3 is a lot of people got to play games that weren't finished, and
Mm,
think media that's usually based on media, and no one's gonna judge like, hey, this game's bad on the fact that it's not finished. Media would never do that,
mm.
but a consumer would because they
Oh
don't
yeah.
understand
Oh
that.
yeah.
You
I,
know?
They'll rip
I
it
mean,
apart.
I could rip it apart in my head, even though I know it's not, you know, it's not finished, and I won't be like, oh, well, this is trash, because obviously, you know, it's not the, you know, the finished product. But
Mhm.
those are those of us who have the common sense to know that and aren't like, oh, this is trash, I'm not buying it. It's like it's the demo, it's not
Yeah.
done, you know.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the games they show are an alpha,
Hmm.
and a perfect example of it is Avengers. Avengers is the perfect example, and that had a lot to do with Square Enix. Was it Square Enix? Yeah, Square Enix is working on Avengers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
shocked that you even had to ask that.
no, I forget. I was like, was it that or was it
Um,
Guardians of the Galaxy? Because I know they were supposed to be working on the Guardians of the Galaxy game, but I couldn't remember. Um, But it's Avengers been on the low, so like I forgot a lot of shit about Avengers. I forgot about Avengers in general. But Avengers is a great example because what they showed on stage was bad. Like it wasn't bad enough for me to hate the game, but on a consumer level, when you see that, like it wasn't good. But
Hmm.
the media got to play it, and even Andre was there, and Andre said it. What they
yeah.
showed to the media was completely different. They don't understand why the hell they didn't show what they showed to the media on there, but it was because they were concerned because it wasn't finished, and they didn't want
Mm,
people to criticize it. So they put together something that was somewhat finished. So that's where a lot of these developers are coming from with E3 and getting sick of it because they're just like, people are shitting on our product, and
Yep.
it's supposed to be media that's seeing this.
yeah.
So, but
Correct.
any final thoughts on PAX Online? That was a big one because I think that was an exciting thing to see. And in 9 days, like, what the fuck?
You know.
I, I told Dolly this the other day. It's like I kind of want to take that week off,
Hmm.
out of like tradition's sake
Hmm.
to like experience PAX. Because I mean, technically, we're experiencing West Australia and EGX all at the same time.
It's true.
So technically, we could be like, "Huh, I've been to West Australia and EGX."
You know.
Let's take it a step further. Let's rent a hotel. Let's
You
rent a
know.
let's get.
That's if they let us in the hotel.
I mean,
I know, right?
we gotta keep it authentic and actually go broke like we would usually at PAX, right? So
Exactly.
you just spend as much money.
Go to random parties.
Oh my
Go
god.
to
Yeah.
random parties that aren't happening.
Go to people's houses. Hey, man, what's
I'll
up?
just throw on my best Aussie accent when we're supposedly in Australia, you know. Bush talk am I? And I'll just yeah, it would be great.
We know a few of them.
Yeah, one, two, I can think of three off the top of my head.
Next.
One's a
Oh, well, go ahead.
no, I was just saying one of our friends is a fresh Aussie. She hasn't gotten the accent yet.
Oh man.
She's not. She's Canadian.
Yeah, I mean, she could acquire the accent though. We
She
don't
could,
know.
but she's Canadian.
So then she'll just be saying A along with the accent and a boot.
Hey,
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 bud.
crikey.
Hey, bud. Yeah, that's not sounding like Russia over here. I don't even know what that was.
It's so funny. Like I'm awful accents because like I will mix Australian, British, and Canadian all into one
The Australian
sentence.
British, I can definitely see those being mixed up for. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm awful. I'm awful with that.
Crikey, why are you saying a boot?
Why are you saying a boot, bud? It's like, oh, okay.
I gotta play some rugged boy.
Yeah. My God.
On to the next subject.
Oh,
Stadia.
this is all you. This is all you, man.
It literally is.
I'm gonna sit back.
Honestly, I think the last time I heard anything about Stadia, it was the last time I was on a call here, and it said Hangout said that was like November last year, and that's
Yeah.
probably when you were like wanting to throw your pre-order through the. You canceled that though,
Yeah.
right? And
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I was rip shitting. So
Mm-hmm,
so this is a very 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 small one. So I don't know if you know Dolly. I actually got to try it during the beginning of the pandemic.
I don't think I. Yeah, I don't think I knew that actually.
Yeah, they gave a free 2 months to everyone on
They
the Pro
should.
edition. Yeah. So the kicker to that is they give you a free 2 months, but yet you can still only play it on certain things. So like I couldn't play it on my phone unless you have a Google Pixel, which my wife owned the Google Pixel, but I was gonna borrow hers.
Yep.
I couldn't play it on my Chromecast, and the only thing I could do is just play it on my Chrome.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, but I tried it out, and if it was amazing. Like it was very fluent. I
Hmm.
played the racing game that they had on there, and I was impressed. I really, really liked it. But again, there's nothing on there,
Yeah.
so it's just like it doesn't
So
even give
what
me a
good is
reason.
what good is it if you have no content to play? You
Yeah,
know.
and and and, and I and I
I
can't even play
mean,
it on the
you're not
devices I
wrong there
want.
either.
But so the big news about this is Stadia Connect is going to be July 14th, so they're still going to do it.
Hmm.
Um, so Greg from Kind of Funny Games made a joke is, they're gonna do this and they're gonna talk about everything but Stadia, and I kind of laugh, but at the same time, like you gotta say, like if you're gonna do this, it's got to be everything.
Oh
You
yeah.
you 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 got to do everything, and they made a great analogy, which is Stadia became one of those things that when they announced that they were gonna do it, um xCloud wasn't wasn't a thing yet. You know what I mean? Like we
Hmm.
knew that
Yep.
Xbox was making something, but it wasn't a thing yet. We didn't see it, we didn't touch it, so we didn't really believe. We were kind of like, okay, yeah, you're gonna do this thing. Xbox was already on the downside, so we're like, yeah, whatever. And then PlayStation's what is it? Not Plus, but
State
Now,
of
Now.
play.
yeah, PlayStation Now.
Yeah, the
PlayStation Now.
PlayStation Now still wasn't as good as what it is now. Like it's much much better now, but at that time it really wasn't anything to really boot over. And then everything else that was cloud gaming was kind of like whatever.
Hmm.
Um, when Stadia announced that they were going to come out, xCloud came out, boom, hit the ground running. And when that thing came out, xCloud is the best streaming thing I've ever used by
Hmm.
far, by far. Um, the content that they have is just incredible in it. So it's just like, yeah, they already kicked Stadia's ass. So Stadia was now like, now we have to push this thing because now we have our
Oh yeah.
competitors throwing their shit out there. They had no competitors. They said at the beginning we have no competitors, which they were right
At the
on
time.
until everyone's like, we have the hardware. All we have to do is flip the switch, and everyone
It's
flipped their
like,
switch.
oh yeah.
Nope.
So, but Stadia has a lot to prove. July 14th is going to be the deciding factor of if Stadia is going to continue or not. So,
Mm.
July 14th is a major, major day that everyone should put on their calendar to see what's going to happen because it will determine what's next. What happened to all this big list of publishers that we had? All these publishers
Huge.
said it was monstrous, and none of them had the games. So
Hmm.
it will be very interesting to see kind of what happens with that. I don't
And
know.
it's a day before my birthday.
Yeah.
Yay! So maybe they'll be like, "Hey, Kyle, we have some birthday gifts for you."
That would be
Yeah.
nice. Hey, here's some birthday gifts for you, like a free Stadia for life,
Yeah.
That'd be
which is
nice.
pretty
With
much
no
what everybody
content.
should get right now.
With no content.
With
Yes.
no content, but you still have to purchase all the games.
Uh-huh.
But like I said, the product, it was good. It was really, really good. But it just sucked that there's no content. Like
Yeah.
I had nothing to play even during that trial, and it's just like, okay, what do I play? Oh, Destiny 2. Like Destiny 2
Mm.
takes so long to start. I'm like, okay, I'm not even gonna attempt to try that.
Right.
And that's what the whole thing was. So the racing game was really what I had. But what am I gonna do? Steam dig 2? Like I don't want to fucking play that game.
Yeah.
Like I'm all set. That's not gonna test anything. Like I can play that through my web browser or through someone's website right now if I wanted to.
Right.
Exactly.
So it'll be interesting where they go. It'll be
Main
interesting.
thing they have to do is, well, yes, provide more content, but the way they're going to survive is provide more exclusive
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
They have some, not a lot, obviously, but they need to provide more exclusive content
Yes, I
for
agree.
it. So, and I'm not talking about timed exclusive. I'm talking
Yeah.
exclusive.
I don't know.
Epic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
Right.
I
Cody.
know.
Yeah. You know.
All right, next topic. This is another very quick one. I don't know if you boys have heard of this game, New World, but New World is a 50 on 50. Um, you can't say battle royale because not. It's a team. It's a team battle game. So
Mm.
think of like, what is it? For Honor, but
Yeah.
50 on 50, and it's
Damn.
just straight assault. In which I wish I got gameplay for it, but I even think I think this game's top down.
Well, I mean,
It's third
so
person.
it's kind of like it's got like a World of Warcraft camera to it. It's because it is an MMO.
Yep.
And this is the new mode that they come out with because it's a PvP.
But
Yeah,
then I was
PvP 50 on 50 battle.
that's it. Yep.
yeah, because then I was just thinking of like RTS, which obviously it's not like a turn-based game, but just made me think of like that top-down angle.
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
describing.
No, you're exactly like the original World Warcraft, not World of Warcraft, but
Yeah.
Warcraft. Like
Yeah.
that kind of RTS style, but it's you're controlling it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that one character. So
Hmm.
it caught my attention. I signed up for the beta. So I'm interested in checking it out. It looks really cool. Looks like it's fun. It's almost like a League of Legends meets live action. Actually, no, League of Legends is live. Yeah, so it's a MOBA. It's a fucking MOBA, and it's just
Right.
50 other people instead of 5-on-5. It's
Mhm.
50 on 50.
Right. It's got actually, now that I'm watching the video, it's kind of got like a Fortnite camera angle, kind of.
Yeah, third person.
Yeah, third
Yeah,
person.
it's third person, but
Mhm.
like the way it's the camera is angled, it
Mhm.
kind of looks like you can alternate between that and Warcraft
Mhm.
camera angle.
So
So it's interesting.
do you guys remember that medieval game from PAX? I can't remember the name of it. It had a huge booth. I think it's Chivalry.
Oh,
Is it Chivalry?
yes, Chivalry.
So Chivalry was awesome, but it was just too real for me. Like, so in that case, it was like real slow moving and stuff like that. So, but you know how Chivalry was like, hey, like you declare a war. It was like a real war, and you took it by segments and stuff like that. This game
Mhm.
is supposed to be that on a much larger scale. So, like, you'll start moving through the country. It's supposed to.
Interesting.
And that's why I was like, please, if you get a chance, look it up. New World. Look up some gameplay footage. The gameplay looks cool, but the explanation of it is even better. Like when they start really getting into it. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, so check it out. This next one I'll let Kyle get into because he was like, why hadn't we talked about this?
Okay, this brought me back like 18, 20 years ago,
Mhm.
because
You think about
X-Wing?
the pod racing from episode 1? Is that what you're thinking of? Or
incorrect.
incorrect? I
Not
just had to
even
throw that in there.
close. Not even close. How dare you?
Mhm.
EA came out with a new Star Wars game. When it's not Battlefront, Star Wars Squadrons. Second I saw this, I went, "Oh shit! It's a Squadrons game." Uh-oh.
All I thought of, X-Wing from 1990s. X-Wing for the PC. Oh,
Well,
oh, love it.
there's that one, but this takes me back all the way to the N64 era with the original Rogue Squadron game, plus the GameCube Rogue Squadrons that came out afterwards.
Mhm.
When I saw this, I was so hyped. Like, oh my God, it's a totally flying Star Wars game.
Mhm. Mhm.
I friggin' love this shit.
Mhm.
Like, I played the shit out of the Rogue Squadron games. I loved every single one of them. Now, the only gripe I have is EA's making it, so I don't know what's going to happen. But it's definitely worth for me to pick it up because,
So let me
again,
comment on the EA comment. So
oh
Battlefront,
boy.
Battlefront though. Let's actually look at Battlefront as a structured game. Is it
Yeah.
not like almost your perfect first-person shooter game? Mechanically. Now, my
I
opinion,
don't know, perfect, but
no, in my opinion, It was the best first-person shooting game I've ever played. Like the controls of it,
Wow.
the visuals, the weapons, everything about that game was perfect. Like,
Yeah.
now this is strictly talking mechanics. Strictly talking mechanics. Like how
Yeah.
it felt was perfect. They took everything that you could like about like all the first-person shooting games and put it in there.
Yeah.
And I think Battlefront 2 was even better because Battlefront 1 was very narrowed down. Like you could only do so much. It was the same thing over and over again.
Right.
Battlefront 2 opened that right up, but what killed that was that microtransactions. That killed that game.
I
Killed that
think
game.
I think the problem is I didn't play Battlefront 2,
Hmm.
so that might have been the issue. So I don't know like if how much it improved. So it's like,
So
so I believe you on that.
So, as far as a studio, if there's any studio that you can trust that makes a game mechanically wise, EA is probably got some of the best engineers. Best engineers.
Mhm.
Their games are absolutely incredible. It's just what they decide to do with their content that makes it bad, and that's unfortunately more on the corporate side of things.
Of course, that is true. Their corporate side is horrendous. That's why honestly it gets rated as a terrible company to work for
Hmm.
on a consistent basis.
Hmm. Hmm.
So their corporate game is horrible. But Dolly, I don't know if you wanted to see. They actually have the trailer on. Oh, you know what? I just
I
thought of
didn't
something.
I didn't get the trailer. I didn't pull the trailer up.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I will
that was my
share
fault.
this with Dolly because I did not give him the Asana link. So I just shared it with him.
Hmm.
But I mean, so it is only a cinematic trailer. So we didn't get much.
Hmm.
So we definitely have to see a lot more.
Hmm.
I'm just happy because it's a Squadrons game. And again, I played the shit out of the Rogue Squadrons
Hmm.
back in the day.
Hmm.
So we'll see. I definitely want to see more. I believe EA still has a state of play to do. It could be not a state of play.
Yes, no,
Um,
they are doing a conference. They are doing a
Yay.
conference.
Days of
I can
play.
remember.
Days of play.
Yep.
I believe they still have their days of play to do this year. So hopefully we'll see more from Star Wars Squadrons. And it comes out in October 2nd.
That's not far away at all.
Nope, right around the corner. So, see, EA's good for doing that. Like they push out games really well. Again, it's just the corporate side, man.
Oh, they're terrible.
I mean, they
They're
literally bought
terrible.
out my favorite MMO, and then it went to shit after they bought it out. I played for
Yeah.
6 years. Yeah, but that's okay. The original devs are making a new one, so that's good. That's a plus.
So, I mean, what happens with EA, right? Is what happens with most gaming companies that become big corporate ones is they got bills to pay. So when the corporate is all they're thinking about is how are we going to pay all these bills, and then on the same time they want huge revenue from that because
Mhm.
they want the best of the best. They want all the best developers. They want the best graphics. They want the best everything. But the best of everything costs a lot of money, and then not just that, they want to pay people the lot of money. So they're like, well, if you want to get paid big, I want to get paid big. So
We
let's
gotta
do
pull the.
all
We gotta do these moves. We gotta make these decisions. And yeah,
right.
uh,
Opposed to somebody like Mungie, that small developer that made Minecraft. That's
Mhm.
now a huge developer. Like when they made Minecraft, they're just like, hey man, we're just trying to make this little dollar, make the little dollar, and then once it got huge, they made it the right way, and it was just like Minecraft. Microsoft was like, we're gonna buy it, and
mm.
now they're getting paid. You know what I mean? So now that's how they're making their money. But Microsoft kept it the same. That's a very bad example because Minecraft is one of those games that stayed the same no matter what.
Mhm.
So that might have been a bad example.
By the way, not to interrupt, Van, but we made a little bit of a blunder. EA plays on right now.
Oh shit.
Oops.
Oh shit.
It's on right now.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, we got a show to do. So,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
got it playing on one of my screens right now. So I shall give you little live updates.
Okay. Is
As
there anything that they're supposed to announce?
not that I know of. They're talking about this game Lost Treasures, which is kind of looking like another Apex.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a hero first person shooter. Yep. So it's definitely got an Apex vibe to it. Not that I'm. Oh wait, it's DLC. Wow. Hudson. Woo! Okay,
I
no
was
wonder
gonna
I
say
look like Apex.
I was gonna say EA owns Apex, don't they?
Cookies.
You know,
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say EA owns Apex, so why would they make another
We don't
game?
have sound effects right now. Hold on, I got sound effects, so I'm just gonna
you
hear
make your own
Yeah.
sound
How about
effects.
this? How about this? Oh yeah.
Not that one. I'm playing the Sonic Game Over theme in my ear right now.
There you go.
No.
Unfortunately, nobody else can hear it, but yeah, that was a fail.
I'll pretend I hear it in my head.
I just played it. But was there anything else about Squadrons that you want to release?
Well, again, like I said, we got to see more. EA Play is on right now.
Don't leave us. Watch.
Leave us. Put it on a different
first.
screen and watch us.
Yeah. Watch it after.
I shall be watching it as it goes on. But again, they're talking about Apex DLC, Lost Treasures.
Season 4, probably, right? Season 4.
I don't know if it's a new season. It just says Lost Treasures.
Yeah, I think the new season is still still fairly fresh right now, so I don't think it's got to be a new season yet.
I think it's just added content.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's enough for Star Wars. We're gonna get into a free game from Nintendo that is super hot right now that everyone's getting into because they're bored as fuck. Is Jump Rope.
Yeah.
This is where we are, guys. This is where we are.
We got next gen consoles coming out. We got Jump Rope.
Hey! You know what? This is a good thing.
No, listen, I'm not knocking. I actually haven't downloaded it. You know, I said it because I read someone joke about that somewhere else, and I'm like, they're doing fine with the Switch thing. We ain't got nothing to worry about.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're doing fine with the Switch. They're doing so fine they can drop games like this, and people are addicted to it.
Oh God, yeah.
That's how good they are.
And I think the other thing too is because honestly, actually, I've been looking for this now because I'm like, I gotta find out some sort of way to start working out. But I think they made this because nobody can find Ring Fit Adventure right now.
That's 100% why they made it.
Every time it goes up, it's gone immediately. Ring Fit Adventure immediately became like one of the hottest games to buy on the Switch the second this started.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine this game was a console buyer where people were buying the console because of this game. I wouldn't
be shocked.
Stop that, Kyle.
No, but seriously, the times we're in this, I would not be shocked if they bought it because they have exercising on there. Plus, they can get things for the kids if this is a family we're talking.
So let me ask you guys something, and I know where I stand with this. I'll let you guys answer first before I answer. As adults, as grown adults, we are full blown adults now.
Yeah.
Are you upset?
Debatable.
With where our game community is gone, like the way that our generation is now with video games, where there's so much content for free than when we were kids. Because when we were kids, they had the demo discs. We went crazy because it was just like, I get to play these games.
I still have them, the PlayStation demo disc that came with like a magazine, or you would just get them in the mail. Jam Pack.
Yes. Jam Pack.
I still have.
Yep. Or game. Yeah, the Game Informer too.
Or even like, hold on. Like even something like this that like I'm like I can't even see myself. Like remember when you used to get these like the Nintendo Power VHS tapes?
Yeah.
Remember this kind of stuff like that would come. Like I have one for the Rumble Pack when it was like a VHS about the Rumble Pack. Like that's all it was about in Star Fox.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Like stuff like that. Like I don't know. Yeah, it's all instantly accessible. You know, it's not. There's no
games like League of Legends, freaking Fortnite, Apex. I mean, there's so many games that are for free, and they're like top shelf games. Like
that's like the best business model now. It's like release a game for free, charge for skins and other stuff like that, and that's the way to. If you do, what was it? The culling that they were just trying to bring back, the second one, and trying to get you to like, oh yeah, basically you were paying for how many matches you wanted to play. I'm like, you failed already. Stop. Like Like, this is the third time you've tried to bring this game back, and like, this is the worst business model I've ever heard.
It's not gonna work.
It was like, I just read it. I'm like, this is a joke, right? Because it's on Snope somewhere. This is so bad. Like, no,
But
stop
it
it.
just like I'm so jealous, like so jealous, because like I mean, so I have to be honest though. Growing up, if there was one thing I was spoiled with in my life, like I'm gonna do a big, stream or talk one day and talk about privilege and break that down for people, like exactly what they mean by privilege. Like it's not an insult. Like by being privileged in something's not an insult. It's a blessing, and it's what you do with that privilege that matters. So like a lot of people get mad if they're like, oh, you're born privileged. People are like, I'm not born privileged. Like, well, why would you be mad about being born privileged? Like, it's okay. So in my sense, in the gaming world, I was very, very lucky and blessed because I didn't have much in my life. Like we were middle class, below that, and so we had some real rough times. But something my dad always made sure was gaming was a big part of my family's life, and that was huge. And that's why gaming is so important to me now, is because what gaming did for me, it connected me, my family, and my friends. It was such a bond. So but I had not all the newest games. I had the newest consoles. Every time a new console came out, we had it. But like regular Nintendo, we had 200 plus games. Super Nintendo, we had 100 plus games. PlayStation, it started to narrow down, but the library was still pretty big. Like that library was big. And then once we got out of the PlayStation era, it was pretty much I became an adult. But my dad made sure he was like, hey, let's go to the store and get a game. Like that was like a once a month thing. And sometimes even more. So like that was a huge blessing. I was still fiending over those demos, But having it like this, man, imagine that though. Like those kids that aren't privileged can now join in, and the games are popular. Like the Fortnite game, the most popular game out there, and it's free. It's free. So I'm so
Crazy.
jealous. So jealous.
Not to interrupt.
I was gonna say, Kyle's still there.
I am still here. I'm just gonna say this: if I put my finger up, something happened.
Okay, I can't see that all the time, but I'll look.
I know. So, The Sims 4 has officially dropped on Steam. Available today. There's Van's boy Greg Miller.
Yeah, he's doing it. Yep.
And Command and Conquer Remastered is dropped today on Origin and Steam.
A lot of people were excited for the Command and Conquer remaster.
Yep. So that dropped today.
Yeah. Sims, I have 10 copies for free. I got 10 copies from free from EA. Like I don't see as if it's on Steam. Like I hate shit like that.
Right.
Like that's not conference worthy.
I feel that.
See if this video plays. Oh, there it is. Okay, I told you guys it would play.
Yeah, except it covered all of our things.
Yeah, I just got to resize it.
Hello, I'm Tsunekazu Ishihara from the Pokemon Company. Today, I have several announcements to share with you.
I don't know if you get
We
that
feel
right.
it's more important than ever to provide many ways for people to connect through Pokemon. I hope the titles shown today will provide fun experiences for everyone.
I don't want to hear
The first game I would like to show you is called Pokemon Smile. Please take a look at this video.
Be my guest. Be my guest.
All right, so me and Van actually didn't know this, but Pokemon dropped. All right.
Toothbrushing time can be somewhat stressful for both kids and parents.
Yesterday, Pokemon dropped a 10-minute presentation called Pokemon Present.
Wait, you said you didn't know?
But it doesn't have to be when you've got Pokemon on your side.
Wait, when you say you didn't know, what do you mean you didn't know? When did you find out?
Can we talk about this?
With Pokemon Smile, turn toothbrushing time into a fun time.
Listen, no, because I almost. Let me put it to you this way. When I saw it,
Brush together with Pokemon and rescue other Pokemon from cavity-causing bacteria. Do a thorough job and catch the rescued Pokemon.
Like, do you see the new Pokemon thing? I'm like, oh, for the DLC that I like know, and they sent me the thing. I'm like, oh, sweet. I'm like, I don't have to send this to Kyle because obviously he's on top of
Pokemon
this,
Smile turns a stressful time into a fun and exciting adventure.
He clearly is going to know before I know.
Pokemon Smile helps develop healthy toothbrushing habits through fun.
We found out around 2 o'clock. Oh, it's funny. It's because like everyone was just talking about Snap and the other thing. So it's just like, oh, and then the toothbrush thing. Well, I already heard about this toothbrush thing like a long time ago. They just never showed it. So it's just funny. Like he was like, "Did you know it was a conference? Like they did like a show." I was like, "No." And I'm like, "What the hell?"
Pokemon Smile
Alright,
available
anyway.
now.
Back on subject. So now they just showed on the video Pokemon
What did you
Smile
think?
is coming
Pokemon
to,
Smile.
Pokemon Smile
Android
was developed to
devices.
turn brushing your teeth into a fun activity so that kids
Basically,
develop good
it is a
habits.
way to get your
Even kids who
youngins
may not look forward to brushing
brush
their
your
teeth. Kids can brush their teeth to catch Pokemon, which makes brushing their teeth something to look forward to every day.
They've got to get adults to brush their teeth.
Pokemon Smile is a completely free app for Apple and Android devices and will be available after today's presentation.
Pokemon Smile was
I hope you enjoy
available
it.
now, so you can download it for free. And
Next up is a new kind of game experience that combines puzzle gameplay with a vibrant Pokemon Cafe setting. We're calling it Pokemon Cafe Mix.
also,
Please take a look at this
they
video.
announced some Pokemon Go news, which I believe they're gonna drop right now. Oh no, I'm
Introducing
sorry.
a new Pokemon
No,
puzzle
this is
game.
a new game that's coming out
Pokemon
next
Cafe
week.
Mix.
Oh, Pokemon Cafe Mix.
You're the owner of a
Kinda has, like,
cafe that
Animal
Pokemon
Crossing
visit.
vibe to it, but
Fulfill
you
their
own your own
orders by
cafe,
challenging
it's a
fun
puzzle-
puzzles.
It's a puzzle game. So in order to make your cafe
Link
better,
Pokemon icons by swirling them around in this unique puzzle game.
It almost seems like you
Puzzles
have to
keep
eat
on
Pokemon,
changing,
and I'm not
so
too
enjoy
sure how
preparing
to do
cute and yummy
No,
drinks
it's
and
not eating
dishes.
Pokemon.
I mean, that's so easy. That was the sandwich. and
Your
they had-
customers are
they
all
had,
Pokemon that
Dittos
love
as
visiting your
sandwiches, too. I don't
cafe.
know. I don't
No,
like
that
this.
was in the
And
puzzle
Pokemon
part.
you befriend will help you out at the
So you have
cafe.
to complete the puzzles to get more things. You'll have Pokemon join your staff. They'll all have
Staff
different
Pokemon
skills
can use special
throughout
cafe
the game, and
skills
once
to help you complete puzzles.
Complete more puzzles. Again, like I said, you can build your cafe a lot bigger, have more staff come in, have more clientele come in.
Work alongside
So it's
Pokemon
kinda
to
got
complete
this weird,
puzzles.
small Animal Crossing vibe with.
As you progress in the game,
puzzle-
you can
like
expand
a
your
Tetris
cafe
puzzle type thing,
space.
so it's pretty interesting.
Just
Get
when you
new
think
tools
Pokemon
and
can't get
expand your menu, and your cafe will be a
Right?
hit.
Look at Eevee.
The new Pokemon that hear
That is
about your
way too
cafe
cute.
might stop by.
Eevee's amazing.
Whether you're on Nintendo Switch or a smart device, enjoy this fun
Anyway,
new puzzling
A
experience.
whole lot of evolved
And
versions
open a
of Eevee.
maybe cafe with
Yeah, but
Pokemon.
that doesn't matter on the cube.
Pokemon Cafe Mix.
So then, and then after, so after they announced,
Create a fun cafe with Pokemon while enjoying unique puzzle gameplay in which you link Pokemon icons by swirling them around as you go. Pokemon Cafe Mix is a free-to-start game that will be available soon on Nintendo Switch systems as well as Apple and Android devices.
So it's kind of gonna be like
You can start preloading, pre-ordering, and pre-registering today,
of like like a Kirby.
so I hope you give it a try.
It's gonna be like their free game.
On to the
It's not gonna be
next title.
exactly like that, but the adds on with Tetris 99 and all those other ones. And then this happened, and then all of a sudden I went. It's back!
God, did you ever? I mean, I feel like we could have even possibly gone together. Did you participate in the going to Blockbuster with the cards and everything?
I did not.
You didn't? Yeah. See,
No.
I was like that. I was living like in Westerly, like geez, I hit Jimmy's gas station there at the time, like right across the street from my dad lived at the time. So I was like right around the corner from the one in Westerly. Yeah. So it was like a easy, it was an easy to go to the Blockbuster. Like, hey.
Take my Pokemon test.
Yes.
Man, let me ask
I told you that, like, I completely agree. I said, like, they're going to make it. Like, if there's any game that they make it for, it's going to be the Switch. They need to make it. It's just designed for it.
I understand. But how long have I been talking about this?
For a while.
Pokemon Snap, which was released on Nintendo 64 over 20 years ago, is coming to Nintendo Switch in a whole new way. We're hard at work developing new Pokemon Snap for Nintendo Switch. We look forward to sharing more details with you soon. Next, I would like to talk about Pokemon Go. Recently, we have made several changes to how trainers can play Pokemon Go, even from inside their homes.
Oh no, Labo's dead.
We will continue to work hard to ensure that players can enjoy the game in many situations.
Pokemon Snap is back. I'm a happy boy. I'm a very happy boy.
Niantic recently announced that the annual Pokemon Go Fest events, which have been held in many cities around the world,
I understand.
will be completely digital this year
It's like Animal Crossing in the sense of, I get it.
and made accessible to players around the
I
world.
won't play this. Like, I won't play this. It's just, I don't want to sit there and
A
take
certain
pictures. I
Pokemon
don't
that
wanna
is
take
sure to bring
pictures
players
in
victory
Animal Crossing.
will also appear in-game this year. We hope you look forward to it.
I have a lot of pictures in Animal Crossing.
There's one more thing I would like to show you for
Besides when
Pokemon
me,
Go.
You and Josh were rocking out at your island. That was the only time I took a
This is
picture.
true.
I didn't
This is
even
true.
share that. I didn't even share that picture with you guys yet. That was the only time.
So yeah, Pokemon Snap is back. Pokemon Go announced that their Pokemon Go Fest is going to be all digital this year, obviously due to obviously.
Mega Evolution is coming to
And
Pokemon
They're
Go.
bringing in Mega Evolution.
We're working to deliver a new take on Mega Evolution that is enhanced by Pokemon Go's unique gameplay.
There are a lot of cool Mega Evolutions.
I hope you look forward to meeting Mega Evolved
Blastoise,
Pokemon.
Charizard, Venusaur.
Moving on to our next title.
So many Megas.
I'm happy to announce that the first part of the expansion pass for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, the Isle of Armor, launches today and will grow the game's world and bring new adventures for players.
Next week they're gonna have another one. Another Pokemon.
I imagine that many of you have already downloaded it, but even for those who have not done so yet, I hope you will all enjoy your adventures in the new areas of the Galar region.
Yep, big news.
To celebrate the launch, we have a few things planned.
Today for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Actually, a little side fact. I believe Nintendo did say that they will not give out refunds if you buy the wrong expansion pass. I don't blame them. You should know what version of the game you have. You're buying
What expansion pass? Like, do you have to pick which one you want
the
to download?
DLC.
No, but I'm saying, like,
A
you have to
special
choose,
max
like,
raid battle
if
featuring the mythical Pokemon Zeraora will be available.
Of the DLC.
I figured
If 1 million players around the world win this max raid battle while it is available, trainers can receive a special shiny Zeraora.
Nope. Well, think about it.
I hope you team up with your friends and family to take on the challenge.
So, depending on which version you got.
Furthermore, as of a few moments ago, Galarian Farfetch'd now appear in Pokemon Go.
But yeah,
And
they're not
Pokemon
gonna
Go players will receive special avatar items themed after the training clothing they can wear on the Isle of Armor.
You know what, though?
I hope you
You know
enjoy
the
them.
first case in
This isn't-
Australia
Yeah.
That's all for
I
today's
think you
announcements.
shared it in the chat. The first
But
case in Australia
there is another big project we're working on that I still want to share with you.
And I completely agree with this, because this was a mistake that I
You won't
made
have to wait
in
long, as I plan to share more news with you
that,
next
I
week
bought
on June
last month, but
24th.
It was the PlayStation 3 edition,
So please look forward to it.
and they didn't clarify
Thank
that.
you for
Like,
watching today's
obviously,
presentation.
Like, PlayStation Network has changed so much since then, but it was
Yeah.
so hard to tell. And like, why would they even offer that on the PlayStation?
Hello.
Like when I'm in the PlayStation.
I'm Tsunekazu Ishihara from the Pokemon Company.
Offer the PlayStation 3 version.
Today,
It pissed me off so
I have
bad.
several announcements
And,
to share with you.
They gave me a hard time about getting me my refund, but they did.
We feel it's more important than ever to provide many ways for people to connect through Pokemon. I hope the titles shown today will provide fun experiences for everyone. The first game I would like to show you is called Pokemon Smile. Please take a look at this video.
This is, it specifically says sword, shield. So whichever version you have, pick that one.
But I think like with something with digital, like it's something as simple as, okay, if you
Toothbrushing time can be somewhat stressful for both kids and
if
parents.
someone bought it and within 24 hours, like they realized it, like okay, how much is it to switch a button?
But it doesn't have to be when you've got Pokemon on your side.
The same would seem like, what is it, like under 2 hours of use or whatever it is, and
yeah.
With Pokemon Smile, turn toothbrushing time into a fun
I told
time.
you how like I bought like Moving Out for Switch.
Yeah.
Not realizing that there was no freaking online multiplayer for that
Brush
game.
together
It's
with
all couch
Pokemon and
co-op, which I
rescue
still
other
find
Pokemon from
ridiculous.
cavity-causing bacteria.
So I bought a copy
Do a
for me
thorough
and a
job
friend to
and catch
play,
the rescued
and
Pokemon.
that'll literally never happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because she lives in Florida, so there's no way like that's gonna like it was so. I probably won't play it standalone. by
Pokemon
myself,
Smile
so
turns a
it's like-
stressful time
and
into a
Ninten-
fun and
like, I don't-
exciting
I don't know if
adventure.
Nintendo, like I don't think they do any.
Pokemon
actually
Smile
refunds,
helps
so
develop
unless it's
healthy
extremely
toothbrushing
rare
habits
things, they
through
literally-
fun.
I looked into it, like they would not do refunds. Nope,
No,
nothing.
they don't do it. I mean, I kind of blame the moving out company for
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
for
It-
the online mode.
If I knew that during PAX, I would have 100% said something. And I could have swore we asked. Like my group, we asked. I could have swore we asked.
I just feel like at this point, like if like multiplayer is such an essential thing. If you were gonna make something like there was nothing at that booth that
Pokemon
that screamed me
Smile
or, like,
available
said
now.
Literally couch co-op. They probably they pushed the couch co-op.
What did
but
you
they
think?
Did not say couch co-op.
Pokemon Smile
Only-
was
yeah.
developed to turn brushing your teeth into a fun activity so that kids develop good habits. Even kids who may not look forward to brushing their teeth.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Which is ridiculous.
Kids can brush their teeth to catch Pokemon, which makes brushing their teeth something to look forward to every day.
You have to use like some secondary.
Pokemon
way
Smile
with someone
is a
else.
completely free app for Apple and Android devices and will be available after today's presentation.
Frustrating.
I hope you enjoy it.
So is that it for Pokemon?
That is it for Pokemon.
Next up
the
is a
DLC
new
dropped
kind
today,
of
like I
game
said.
experience that combines
Next week,
puzzle
more
gameplay
Pokemon
with a
content.
vibrant Pokemon Cafe
On
setting.
June 24th,
We're calling it
we will have another
Pokemon
Pokemon
Cafe
presents.
Mix. Please take a look at this video.
So mark your calendar now.
Yeah. Just so-
Introducing a new Pokemon
Wait,
puzzle
one last
game.
thing. It's back.
Pokemon Cafe Mix.
What's back?
You're the owner of a cafe that
Oh.
Pokemon visit. Fulfill their orders by challenging fun puzzles.
All right, next topic. Enough of that. All right. So this week, was it yesterday? Or was it the day before yesterday?
I think it was the day before yesterday.
So the other day, it got leaked on Amazon. I believe it was Amazon Europe. The PlayStation.
Yeah, Amazon Europe, France.
Yeah, yep. Got released. PlayStation 5 released their pricing and the release date. So as of right now, the price for the PlayStation is, hold on, there's so many numbers here. The price statewide would be set at, see, this website translated it different, but they said that the Blu-ray version of PlayStation 5 will be $4.99 and the all digital will be $3.99. So when I did my predictions,
But that's euros.
no, the euros was so what the fuck? Because that's how I said would be set. This would mean the price statewide would be set at, no, this says $4.99 USD and $3.99 USD. But I guess the transition's supposed to be, so I think this website fucked up. So the translation for that's supposed to be $4.50 for the disc, and then $4.50 for the
All digital.
digital, and then $5.50 for the Blu-ray. I'm fumbling all over the place. Yeah.
Right, American.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And see, this website's everything's different than the link that I shared in our chat because on this one it even says the date is November 29th. And oh no,
Right.
that's nope. All right, so November 15th in the U.S. and November 29th in Europe. Okay, all right. So and then they say the date is November 15th, which is around the date we predicted
Yeah.
for the release date. So the price is I think very reasonable for what it's going to do. The only thing was I thought flip. I thought the disc was going to cost less and the all digital is going to cost more, but it makes sense because it is a Blu-ray player.
I'm
So
about
it's
to
going to
say.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I would never expect it to be cost less to have the disc tray. I thought honestly,
Right.
I think that $100 gap seems a little huge just for
Yeah.
the disc tray. I think like my prediction was like $4.99 for the base one, and then if you wanted the all digital, it'd be like $50, like $349 or no, yeah, $449, yeah,
$449.
Yeah,
yeah,
449, yeah. So I thought what they were going to do is if they give you the disc, you get the disc and a smaller hard drive, but if you get the all digital, they're going to give you like a 2 terabyte.
yeah.
But then I thought about it, I was like, oh, they already released the hard drive space. It's like 8 something. But that's due to the fact I think they're giving you a terabyte, but you're only going to have 8 something available because then the OS and whatnot is
Yeah.
going to support the rest. So
Mhm.
so instead of advertising saying, hey, you get a full terabyte, like their advertising is no, you only get 800 and something.
Mhm.
But with all that being said, I think the price is very reasonable. It makes sense for the product that they're pushing. So, and I think it's very close to what everyone was guessing.
Not to, this totally kind of goes off top of what we were talking about, but Kai, you mentioned like they were talking about Apex and whatever.
Yeah.
So I just saw something on my Twitter feed from Apex 21 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Apex coming to Switch in fall.
Yes, they
Yeah.
did just say that.
That's pretty gnarly to think
They
about.
did just say that.
Oh, that's hype.
Yeah, said fall 2020.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's hype.
I'd play that on my Switch.
That's an
I like
interesting.
Apex.
Go ahead.
I like Apex.
Same.
Yeah, it's a fun game. It's
Yeah.
a fun game. I finally got to play it. So.
I won't boot up a console otherwise to play it on console. I'm too spoiled on PC now to play it on console.
Yeah, he's become one of those people.
Mhm.
I'll play it on
Yeah.
anything. I enjoyed it. Played it on Xbox. I mean, PlayStation. I played it on my laptop and stuff. Runs pretty smooth. Next topic. Horizon Forbidden West. They have announced 0 load time is their goal with this game.
Yes.
How are they going to fucking do that?
I don't know.
Well, it's a brandy new system, so
I feel like there's gonna be those out there who are like, if there's even a millisecond of load time, I swear to God, like they're gonna they're gonna like minuscule timestamp it to like there could be like a tenth of a millisecond or a hundredth of a millisecond. That's a load time. That's a load time. Market.
It's loading. It's
Yeah,
loading.
It's loading.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That seems crazy though, just to have no load times.
If our technology has gotten to that point, then I think our systems have finally gone to where we need them to go.
Oh, absolutely.
Ooh.
Especially at a game at this caliber. We're not talking about Ninja Turtles. We're not talking about Power Rangers. We're not talking about anything. We're talking about Horizon, which is a very high demand game. Which already from what they showed, there's going to be high texturing in this game. The texturing in this game is going to be through the roof. So we'll see. It's going to be one of those we'll see.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? I think they can definitely pull this off because look at what they did with God of War.
Yeah.
Technically, it was just kept killing fluid. Or there's some load screens. Yeah, there's some like very minuscule load screens. So I think they can pull this off. I really think they can. I think they have the technology to be able to do it. And they already tested it out, like I said, with God of War.
So it's gonna depend because they can get away with saying no load screens and filling the load screens with something else. You know what I'm saying? So they can get away with that. So I'd like to know what they mean by no load screens. Because we've heard this in the past. We've heard it for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. That they were going to get rid of load screens for certain games, and they're like, "Well, this game's got no load screens in between the scenes." Like, Yeah, but so you just stop the entire game in like God of War, like when you travel between the dimensions,
Mhm.
you're that's a load screen. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's a load screen. So
Yeah, it's like, are they just gonna slap like a cinematic between it and not call it a load screen or something? You know, like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
is it literally like there's never a load? You know, any like there's like no buffer, there's no loading in of anything. Like it's there and it's just.
Because that would
Mhm.
be insane. Like if this game completely gets rid of load screens, PlayStation just broke the mold. Like PlayStation literally just broke the mold. And I'm sure that if this PlayStation can do it, the Xbox can too. Um,
Yeah.
Right.
so it's not going to be one of those. Oh yeah, it's just PlayStation dropped it first.
Ugh. Because
Right. Well, this
Xbox.
would
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say because I mean, hardware-wise, Xbox has the better build, doesn't it? Aside from like, I mean, imagine the hard drive setup they've been, pushing so
Yeah,
hard.
so that's what it's going to be a lot of based on. Like I hear a
Yeah.
lot of that, and there's certain things that are going to turtleneck something on some other end. So like Xbox has 2 teraflops faster. Like
Mm,
okay, at this point, once you get to those teraflops, that many teraflops, those 2 teraflops doesn't make a difference.
mm,
Like are they going to use that 2 extra teraflops? Xbox is not known for doing that. Like the games that they're making, so far there's no exclusives. So all the games they're making you're going to get that same exact performance for PlayStation. Unless they're saying that they're making a special version of that game for Xbox, but I've heard no studios say that. So until you actually hear a studio say that, that's not going to exist. Because other words, Xbox is going to make the studios uh, um, advertise that. So for shits and giggles, let's say Madden, right?
Mhm.
Madden makes a special Madden for Xbox that's going to use the full scale of what Xbox has, opposed to PlayStation. PlayStation caps off. So they say, but if you buy it for Xbox, you're going to get this much speed, this much whatever. Until anyone advertises that, if they don't advertise that, I don't believe it. I just won't believe it. So, but PlayStation, where PlayStation's really advantages is what you just said, the hard drive. That hard drive reads fast. So yeah, the teraflops may not be as fast, but that hard drive is reading 1,000 times faster
mm.
than what Xboxes can, and that makes a world of a difference when it comes to pulling that data off. And especially you see Horizon no load times, and hard drive will allow that because it's not looking for anything. It's not looking for okay, where's that data at? It's all there. It's all where it needs to be in line. So that's important.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the
I agree.
geeky side. That's the
I agree.
geeky side.
I know.
It
By the way,
sucks.
if I seem a little distracted, I'm watching gameplay of Star Wars Squadrons right now.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so they finally showed
So
gameplay?
yeah. So just to give you a little update, you'll be able to play this game in VR.
Oh damn.
I believe there was
It's
some rumor of that already that they were talking about that was supposed to be VR.
yeah, they did, but they confirmed it right now that you
Nice.
can play this in VR. It's all first person.
Nice.
It's a first person experience. So this is going to actually be a little bit different than like Rogue Squadron because you could alternate between both. This one's I think is just solely first person, which is fine.
They should have named it X-Wing.
It looks gorgeous. You can play
X-Wing looks
either
so good.
Empire or Rebel Squad, obviously, in the game. They're showing Dogfight right now, which is going to be 5 versus 5.
Mhm. Can't wait.
So
I'm excited.
I'm hyped already. Watching the gameplay right now, this is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Thanks,
Um,
Kyle.
just a little Star Wars update. Sorry.
Last of Us 2 released at midnight. So far, we have gotten tremendous reviews, like masterpiece. Everyone's calling this thing a masterpiece, which is
Mm.
absolutely hilarious because when they got leaked, everyone was saying how bad and how pissed everybody was. And I don't think he's in the room, but our best friend, John, Super John,
Super
uh,
John.
he's even on a rampage now. Still, he's saying
Really?
that. Oh yeah,
And
he's saying that.
and I even know about the spoilers like a lot more than most do. So
Yeah, and
yeah.
he said that everyone that's reviewing is lying. They got paid to call it a masterpiece. Um, he said like he'll lose friends for thinking it's good and stuff. But I don't know. A lot of people are saying you have to play the game. Like you have to play the game to understand.
I'm still picking up my collector's edition. I'll just put it like I know I know all the major leaks in it, and I'm still excited to play it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Like, and I actually for first time sought out spoilers on it because I was like, why are people so like, yeah, I'm so excited to play it regardless. So
so
we'll see. I read something interesting before. Some weird article about the reviews when they came out, because they came out actually really early. If you think about it.
Are you talking about how there was like literally 900 reviews or something on PlayStation's store basically for this game?
No, I'm not talking about that.
But that's another thing.
Let's put it this way. We've talked about this on the show as well. When you see early reviews from friggin' video games that says like 900 reviews and the game hasn't come out yet, it's a bunch of bullshit.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing: like, even if you sent out 900, like not every person who you send out a key to is going to go on there and review it, and especially when there's duplicate reviews,
right? But no, I agree with that. But what I was going to say was, apparently in the actual reviews, they were told they could review like the first half of the game, but they had to be very quiet, if not talk about it at all in the second half.
There were there was. I've watched a lot of like people who have done like video reviews on YouTube, and like they were very clear to say like what they could and couldn't speak on and whatnot. Yeah,
you're gonna see a bunch of spoiler reviews coming out tomorrow.
I'm sure.
So everyone is dropping their spoiler reviews because, like, Kind of Funny Games, they're like, there's so much we can't talk about, but they don't want to talk about because they don't want to ruin it. But they will do their spoiler review tomorrow. Because the fur logo, I think they call it, is just such a restriction on what they can say. So tomorrow you're going to hear a lot more.
Oh, the embargo.
Embargo. Saying like, hey, don't talk about this, don't talk about that, don't talk about this. So I'm very interested in playing it. I'm very excited. I loved the first one so much. I thought the first one was fantastic. So I'm excited to see where the story is going to take place. And I kind of want to see why everyone's so pissed off.
Same. Like, I mean, yeah.
Like, I just want to see, like, why. Like, what makes this story so mad? And some of the things I've read, like, I didn't read big spoilers because I stopped. But if it's some of the things that I think it is, like, how is that? Why is that bad for the story? Like, I don't get it.
So, like, the way someone put it in one of the videos, how they said it could be like a really controversial thing, and it's probably not like the general like knowledge of like some of the stuff, but they said basically, just because art doesn't make you feel good doesn't mean it's bad art. So, like, just because like the outcome of something might suck and you might feel something aside from happiness does not make it garbage.
Yep.
You know.
So. Have you played Last of Us 1, Kyle? Have you beat that?
Yeah, I beat it.
Okay.
And I literally just played through it like this week, so. All
right, so we're gonna talk a little bit about that real quick, and then we'll get into the last topic, and we'll end the show that way. So my personal opinion, like, a lot of people's problem that I'm hearing is, so Greg Miller's played it, and he said he feels that a lot of people's problem is Ellie makes a lot of decisions that are bad decisions.
It's a game. They've said the game's literally a game of like it's revenge. Like that's literally, or you know, like it's like a very dark story. You know, in general.
Yes. But if you think back to the first one had that feel. It didn't become that, but it was a very dark game. So don't forget what's his name?
Joel. Yeah.
Joel is a really bad person, and in that theory, when we see him in the game, he's at the end of his life where. I don't want to say the end of his life. He's just like, I've done so many bad things. You know what I mean? Like, this is perfect. Because, like, there's certain things that he did to people in the game where he was like, I'm going to have to put my old face on and do this.
Yeah.
Because this is the only way we're
I've got to kill someone, or I got to do something really, horrible, and he's done that, like, throughout his life to survive or whatever,
Right. And he flipped those switches, but like he went through and he mentioned, he's like, man, I did a lot of bad things, and not just, he's not saying like, hey, I did a lot of bad things because it was like just survival. He was like, I got to a point where I was just doing bad things. Like I was making a lot of bad decisions. There was an easier way. There was this way and that way, and I took the worst way possible.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got to a point where he's just like, that's why he became that loner where he's like, I just don't want to be involved. That's why he pushed himself away from Ellie in the game so much, is because he's just like, hey, I'm not a good person. You don't deserve to be around me. And that was what the story is. And now this comes back to that, because now this is not so much more about the clickers and everything else. This game goes back to the humans. This is all about that, and it shows a lot. If you didn't get that from the first trailer that they showed, then I don't know what to expect. And then I think I'm hoping this isn't the problem, but I'm hearing a lot of things about the transvestite that's in the game. I don't even know if I'm using the right terminology. Is it okay in 2020 to say that?
I mean, that's there's a trans woman in the game.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure I'm using the right terminology.
No, that's not.
Thanks for the spoilers. God, I didn't know that.
It's just like the background of one of the characters in the game.
No, that they showed that, and like they mentioned that during the E3, that whole big thing that you hated, Kyle, with E3.
The whole thing you hated.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was something like even I knew then too with that, but a lot of people's hate had something to do with that, and that's where I stopped listening, because I don't want to know anymore.
You were wise to do
yeah,
so.
yeah. But I'm hoping it has nothing to do with them being involved with the game, because like, yo, that is the worst. That's the worst thing to say ever. That's like saying I don't want to play this main character because they're black.
We're in 2020 here, ladies and gentlemen.
But if that was the case too, like you would hope like that someone would be able to have enough of an educated, mind to like differentiate that. But I said you would hope. I didn't say that would be the case.
Keep hoping.
But like you said that a huge negative stereotype. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I'm really excited for it.
Same.
Again, a lot of people are giving great reviews for it, so I'm looking forward to hopping right in, getting.
I got a whole review roundup here. That was actually the link that I posted on the Asana.
Do you want to run through it?
I'll just say the scores. Okay. So GameSpot right out the gate gave it an 8 out of 10. Ooh.
They're just doing it to be different.
Ooh. Maybe it's not as good as we thought it was. No, I'm joking. An 8's still good. I know we talk about this a lot, but I love when people see an 8 and they're like, the fuck?
Yeah, they're like, oh, well, it only got an 8 in GameSpot.
It only got an 8. It's supposed to be last one. So it's my biggest game. That's bullshit.
I mean, Kyle, we know you live for, what is it, the IGN reviews, right? Those are your favorite.
Oh, well.
It's just like,
bad scores for too much water in a game that's about water.
Speaking of IGN.
Yeah. They actually gave it a high score, I think, didn't they?
They gave it a 10 out of 10.
I was going to say they gave it a 10 out of 10.
Of course.
But again, IGN, I don't ever really.
That's it. Honestly,
reviews,
IGN,
really.
I throw it out there. Listen, they gave some weird Gears of War game that's never actually existed, like a 9 or something. But anyway.
That seems there's a lot of judgment in your
bad
voice.
Judgment on that one.
Yes.
Game Informer gave it a 10 out of 10. Games Radar Plus 5 out of 5. US Gamer 4.5 out of 5. Destructoid 8.5 out of 10. And on Metacritic, it's got like a 96% approval rating. So
that is huge. Metacritic, that is huge.
That is actually quite a feat.
Yeah, that's huge. So. People right, people wrong. We'll see.
We're going to find out tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm very interested. So I'll give it a shot. I don't know if I'll play it this weekend. We'll see.
Yeah, I still got mine tomorrow because GameStop wasn't releasing it early, unfortunately.
Yeah, I still got to beat my Final Fantasy, but like I took a big pause from that to allow my son to play some, because he's been playing on my PlayStation a lot. So let him get most of his stuff in, but I'm gonna get back into it again. PlayStation remote works so good now. Like I can play PlayStation like unbelievably from my phone. Like it's insane.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, but last but not least, the summer of gaming. I am so confused on what's been going on with this. If I'm gonna be honest, like I've hopped in a lot of summer gaming. Every time I hop on, it's always a let's play.
I mean, they've been doing a lot of that stuff, but there's been a lot of reveals.
But like, I feel like, is it happening on IGN? Because like, I haven't had the urge to watch it to wait for those reveals. Like, because I just wait for a video and then I watch the video afterwards. Like, I
Well,
feel like
yeah,
it's fluff.
if you go on IGN's website when they say like the summer of gaming event had started, it pops up, and so I believe it's over now, obviously, because they didn't post anything today, so I believe the event is officially now over.
But you see what I'm saying though? Like, I don't want to sit there and watch a let's play to get to these videos. Like,
Yeah.
the Gaming Awards different. I watch the Gaming Awards all day for game trailers. E3 different. Like, you're watching nothing but game news, and then you're watching them play through the game. You know what I mean? So that's all different. But like, I'm not huge on let's plays. Like, I'm really not. The only reason why I watch a let's play is to support somebody that I like Gary Whitta. Like, I love Gary Whitta. Like, I'll watch him all day. Like Greg Miller, like, and the Kind of Funny crew. Like, I'll watch them play a game, but I'm not watching them play a game because I want to see the game to be. But that's not my generation. I would say that's not our generation. But I'm gonna watch a streamer. I'm watching for the streamer. I'm not watching for the game.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I might go into like a stream because they're playing a game I'm interested in, but inevitably I'm going to say it with for them, not the game.
Yep. So like, I don't like and I hate to say this, like, I'm not a fan of a lot of the writers for IGN. I'm really not. And it's a lot of their opinions on games, which is fine. Like, I give them all the respect because that job they're doing is a very big job. And one of the greatest things about being an editor is that you get to voice your opinion as a gamer. And I think that's huge. But as a gamer, I also have my right to feel my opinion's better than theirs. But I don't agree with a lot of the things that a lot of those gamers say. So like, as I watch their streams, I get mad, and I'm just like, I don't like feeling that anger. So if it was like Greg Miller doing like the summer of gaming, then I'd probably be all over it, like whether it was let's plays or not.
Well, it all depends on who you like.
Yeah.
In the end, it's like you might not appreciate some of the IGN guys, and honestly, I'm the same way. After they were saying all kinds of ridiculous things about, like, with the whole Sonic thing. The whole Sonic thing is what took me over the edge. But they've just been doing stupid things over the years. That just drove me nuts. Like I just said with the review of that Gears game, like, it got a higher score than Gears of War 3, and Gears of War 3 was like 1,000 times better.
As the Kind of Funny crew guys left, that's when I started. I'm like, I can't.
There, but and the entertainment factor is like kind of not there. It really isn't. They're not like all over the place. They're not entertaining and stuff. Like Greg Miller, like I just watched him on EA, and he's got excitement like right from the get go.
I love Greg Miller. Like, he is the epitome of like a good host. Like, he knows what he's doing. He knows, and he's himself. It's not fake. That's him. That's him all day, every day.
Right.
So, and it's funny because like, there's bad, right, and then there's bad that I don't respect. And like, bad, like, I'll still tolerate is like Ubi, right? How much do we hate Ubi conferences? Yet we'll still watch it. You know what I mean? Because you can. Right. It's cringe. It's more cringe worthy than anything. Those other ones is so bad that you're just like, I don't respect this. I can't listen to it because it's frustrating me. Like, because that's more opinionative, and you're just like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And you can't even. There's a difference too, where there's a lot of things that I disagree with. Like, I've disagreed with Greg Miller on a few opinions, but then I'm like, I see your point though. I see why you feel that way. I see that, and that's and I think that's where the big difference lies.
Oh, of course. I mean, you can look at it in both directions, where it's like, I have my opinion. I looked at your opinion and heard your opinion, I should say. And I understand what you're saying, but I don't agree with that, obviously.
Exactly. So, was there anything specifically that you want to cover for the summer of gaming?
Well, EA Play just wrapped up.
Did you see the other bit of news, which is kind of a throwback, although I never played the series, but a game that has kind of been an ongoing meme for the longest time about like when are they going to finally announce this game? And like
Is it
for
the
you,
Is it the Old Republic?
no,
Ah.
Skate 4.
Oh, really?
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
they just dropped. Yeah, because I just saw my Twitter feed blowing up about Skate 4, so I think they might have just announced something about it being. It might like not the date, but like it's being worked on apparently.
So you know what pisses me off about that? Really
What's up?
though, is that because now you hear Tony Hawk Remastered, now they're gonna do a skateboard. Like, why do companies do that?
Also,
Because-
but it also makes me wonder now too with all the DMCA crap on Twitch again. Like that's been like one series that's been brought up a lot because of the music. I mean I heard like Motorhead for the first time playing Tony Hawk. So like instances like that. So I'm just wondering how much like you wouldn't be able to stream all that stuff or you potentially get a copyright strike because of music that's in the game. So I'm just like
That's very true.
yeah. So I wonder like I never played any of the skate series. I only ever like played like Tony Hawk basically. So I'm curious how that's gonna work for that. But I know people have been asking for Skate 4 for like as long as I've streamed. Like it's been
Yeah.
a joke of like, yeah, Skate 4.
Yeah, no, Skate 4 has been huge. So that's a big drop. Do you have a list of some stuff there, Kyle?
I don't have a list, but I don't know if it actually did get dropped because I didn't see it during the conference. Maybe I missed it a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just going through the conference or the Play Live again because the first thing they talked about was Apex, and the DLC. The next thing they talked about was Sims 4 coming to Steam.
Okay.
I just sent you a link, a Twitter link real quick.
Give me one sec.
Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely going to end up watching it after we're done just to see, because I'd like to see the Squadron because I'm super into that.
Yeah.
I want a good flight simulator, like a flight game.
A new skate. Oh, okay. So even IGN said it. All right, never mind then.
I was actually gonna say even on I think EA's actually right on EA's Twitter, like there's just looks like Ted Nugent. I don't think that's who that is though. Basically, yeah, it's a clip that says Skate is back. And it's like a little video clip on it. I'll send you that one too real quick.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that one's literally right from EA's Twitter, so that's
Well, they actually did an interview with what's his name? Joseph, the guy that went bananas at the Game Awards.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, Joseph Fares.
I remember him. Yeah.
I think we all remember him.
Yep.
And his little rant at the Game Awards.
Uh-huh.
I know Van loved it.
Oh man, that was classic. Shit like that, that's memorable right there.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was fucking hilarious. And what was even better the next year, where he already knew.
Yeah, they knew. It's like, oh no, we're gonna bring him back up here. Okay, hey buddy.
So Joseph announced a new game called It Takes Two. Sounds familiar.
So hold on.
The art style is different.
Hold on.
Definitely doesn't sound at all like I never even played. How am I forgetting the name? A Way Out, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
He really made it, and he called it It Takes Two?
It Takes Two.
Makes me think of the movie. Isn't that a movie that takes two?
It's like, do you play as the Olsen twins?
That's why.
You do play there is a girl character.
I mean,
except her hair is black.
I thought you were gonna say if you said red, I'd be like, yeah.
He's like, well, now I have to play it.
I'm like, well, I guess I have to play
Touche.
Oh man, yeah. So all in all, was that all they announced?
So they announced a game called Rocket Arena, which I missed some of this stuff because I was trying to like concentrate between the show and EA Play. We may have to just do a wrap up of it next week.
Yeah, no, we will. We'll cover it anyways.
Yep.
because I'm gonna watch it when we get off here, anyways. So cool.
Yeah,
Well,
it looks like another. It looks like a weird, another Fortnite type style game. I'm not gonna lie.
Gotcha.
No. Well, we'll
But
do a complete wrap up next week.
sounds good to me. So, Dole, is there anything that you would like to share at all, gaming related, non-gaming related?
Y'all asses give The Last of Us a chance still.
Yeah. That's gonna be a
Don't judge it
very
yet.
a lot
Yeah.
of gamers are gonna be go quiet for this weekend.
Yeah, I'm grabbing my copy tomorrow. Like I said, I'll be grabbing it, my collector's edition. Like I said, even knowing the spoilers, like a lot of it, like the majority of it, there's still like it's about like 25 hours, I think, or so in the story supposedly, which is a good amount of time, which means it'll probably take me like 40. But even knowing what I know, I'm like still really excited about it, and I don't, even though I like got spoiled on it, I like went and looked at stuff, and I still actually don't feel like disappointed knowing, which is weird to say,
Yeah.
but yeah, so give it a chance.
I think a game's a little bit different than a movie. Getting spoiled in a movie, your whole purpose of watching a movie is getting that enjoyment of finding out something. You know what I mean? A game is different because you're playing through it. So
Yeah.
You're enjoying the story as you're playing, but you're looking for so much more than that.
Exactly.
It's still an experience. You're experiencing that. And that was a big thing that a lot of people were talking about with here, where they said that this is so much different than what Call of Duty. Don't know if you remember Call of Duty, the big deal with Modern Warfare at
The
that time.
jetpacks and all that stuff were coming out, and like,
No, I mean like the story,
Modern
like
Warfare, gotcha.
yeah, Modern Warfare when you were going through killing people in the airport. Like that was a big
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
But in this, you're not making the decisions that Ellie's making. And it's not like you're playing through it. So I heard like you don't play you do play the bad decisions, but you're not committing it. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit different opposed to, Call of Duty like sitting there like shooting everybody and you're just like, this is so wrong.
What I will say is that it's gonna fuck with us bad. It's like we know it's dark, but it's like it's real dark. It's really dark. Yeah.
That's what a lot of people are saying. Like emotionally, this game is a ride.
The fact that I like know like the biggest like stuff for the most part, and I'm like it's still gonna fuck me up. Like it's because I haven't like I saw like spoiler like stills, but I haven't seen video, so that's gonna be totally different too. Seeing like it in motion and see whatever acted out or whatever in the game. So it's I'm excited still.
Maybe I'll do a let's play tomorrow. I don't know.
You should.
Maybe I'll surprise everybody.
You should.
I remember like I would play the first one and I would lay in bed and even like my wife would watch me play it and like I thought she was asleep and then like the next day if I played a little bit more and then if I play again she'd watch and she'd miss some parts. She'd be like, what happened to what's their face? I'm like, I didn't even know you knew.
It's like I didn't know you were awake to like watch that part.
Yeah, so like that's one of those games that you're I think more than any game, I can honestly say this, and this is a very bold statement I'm about to say, but I think Last of Us is the best story-driven game I've ever played where it really immerses you into the story. Like Final Fantasy VII was fantastic in the story, like that dove me into the story, but I didn't feel like I was a part of the story. Like I was just watching the story. I loved it. It was great. Like I want to see what's next. But like this was like deep. Like this was real, an emotional roller coaster because this was almost real. So Final Fantasy, it's unreal. Like so you're never gonna compare that to your life. You're just like, this is really exciting. I like this a lot. Last of Us, that shit is like real. That's on a real level. Like even though you have these mutated things that are running around, but like let's talk about that's like such a small part of the story. Like such a small, like it's almost non-existent. It's so small.
Yep.
So I think that's what makes this game even harder to swallow.
Like also too like with what people are griping about, like it's like major things, but there's going to be so many little nuances. Like the story isn't, the entire game isn't based around those spoilers. They're like there's so many other things going on, so it's just like I don't know. I think those who are like, well, thanks for saving me $60, which I've seen you know,
One
so
too many
much.
times.
Yeah, it's like it's fine with me. It's like I'll still be playing it and streaming it and fully expecting people to try to come in and spoil. I was like, ha, I already know. Go F yourself. It's like, hi, I already know.
Saka.
Yeah. I'm just more worried for those in my stream who don't know, you know, which is probably gonna be most people. I'm like, don't you do it.
Don't you do it.
But it's good. It sucked because even if at least on Twitch, it's like if you set blocked words and they get deleted, the viewers could still click them. I guess I could be like, hey, don't click that. Like you can if you want to know. But yeah, they can click the delete message and see what it was. So I'm like, oh, yikes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Can be.
Was there anything else you wanted to add, Kyle?
Well, I did actually just see I caught the end of the state of play because, again, I apologize for being distracted. They did announce Skate 4 at the end of it. So
Yay.
that's why I couldn't really catch it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on.
They were talking, there was like two of the developers were talking, and I didn't catch exactly who it was, but yep. So Skate 4 is going to be a thing.
Nice.
Now,
Tony Hawk and Skate 4. Fantastic.
Tony Hawk Skater 4, Skater XL, I'm sorry. Skater XL, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, 2 remake, and Skate 4.
It's a good time to be living.
You know?
Absolutely. Also, Pokemon news next week again.
Yep. Writing it down. Well, I will have us sign off on that note. It was a fantastic show. Thank you so much for joining, Dolan. Like I said, you're always welcome on the show. You're always always a fantastic ad. Always bring some great charisma to the show. So.
Yeah.
plug yourself, fool.
Yeah, we got to get like I said a bunch of times, we got to get a good together play. Pick a game and maybe an in-person moving out game. Who knows?
Yeah, there we go.
We all own it.
Used to it.
We all own it.
Where do you? Yeah, all on different consoles.
Right. We're just gonna plug them all up and just see what happens.
We'll just pretend we're playing. Yeah, exactly.
But
anyway, Dwelly, where can everybody find you? By the way,
now you can not find me on Mixer, and you can find me here instead. Yeah, so Twitch TV /Dwellin.
Yay!
Old home. Yep.
Come to the dark side.
Well, come back to
not really the dark side. He's back.
Yeah, I was here 2 years before Mixer, so
yeah. Good. Welcome back. Sorry, Mixer.
Yeah.
They keep screwing up our streams. So.
Yeah. Get your ish together, you know.
Yeah.
I think I said enough 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I wish I could. I was like conscious enough to be here for that talk. That would have been a good one.
Oh man, it was so funny.
I watched it afterwards, but it was good.
We were just like, yeah, we're not going to be put on Mixer anymore.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Not really worth it. Yeah. It's like I love everyone who's still there, but just they ain't.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Microsoft, fix your shit.
Basically, all as Harris put it, it's like, why does everything that Microsoft does so bad? I'm like, yeah, literally. Seems that way.
I have no idea why.
It's like they get something good and they don't know what to do with it. Like xCloud.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like, I don't know what to do with this.
It's like, we've never had this kind of success. What do we do with this now?
Yeah, it's just like, they don't even talk about it. It's so good they don't even talk about it.
You know?
So funny. But all right, that's it for us this week, guys. Thank you for joining. Catch us next week as we talk about EA, and we'll bring up whatever else because it's the summer of gaming. So
more Pokemon news and hopefully more Pokemon Snap because Pokemon Snap is back.
Shoot me. All right, see you guys next week. Peace.
Bye.